I see people working for five something a month, $600. Hello? Till now? You know 600, where is skin I see in here? $600, that's $150 a week. We're supposed to do that? And we're still trying to defend this kind of madness and comparing ourselves to other countries. If you're going to compare yourself to other countries, darling, don't just do it in one area. Do it across the board. Across the board. Do it across the board. Don't do it for prices that increase and what not increase. Do it across the board. You understand? That is what you need to be doing. Not this one-sided thing. One of the things that I honestly feel that we need to do is to revise our Education Act. We also need to revise our whole education system, period. We are having too many children drop out of school, and that is a problem because our blocks are being filled, our young ladies are getting pregnant, we are seeing too many people come on board, poor relief and all these other things. So that is one thing I would definitely like to see dealt with, the education system. Another thing that I would like to see is more help, more aid for the self-employed. There are too many people who are trying to do their own thing and they're getting absolutely no help or little, let me say little, because there's some people who might get a little bit of help. And don't tell me about the Prime Grant, because the Prime Grant was for ULP supporters. I don't want to hear it. You understand? Because there were people who were getting monies from the Prime Grant that I, honest to God, do not believe that they deserved. And do not argue with me. That is my point. So I would like to see more financial and training done so that persons who are self-employed or who are looking to be self-employed can help themselves, because we can't all work with the government. Some people understand that, and that is why, and they do prefer not to have handouts. They prefer not to be on the social welfare list. They rather help themselves, you know, fish for their own fish. I would like to see those peoples get the help that they honest to God deserve. That is just true, but I will keep giving them to you as we go along, okay? All right. Adriana says the disrespect started when she allowed Ralph to simply stand and start. And this is what I am saying, because you cannot have one set of rules for one side of the house and another set for the other side. You have to be fair. And because you're not fair, nobody's going to listen to you, because the ones and them that you're not fair to, as they give them free reign to say and do what they want over there, they're going to say and do what they want over here. And because the other side is saying that you're allowing them to do what they want, they don't have no time with you neither, because they find you're out of order. They find you unfair. And if they can do it, so can we. But two wrongs don't make a right. It is wrong, period. And it started with the speaker. I agree, 100%. I agree that it started with the speaker. Two more points. Let me give you, Nico. Let me give you again. We have, every time you see training going out for persons, like with the Sky program or whatever program, there's always an age limit, 18 to 30. At this time in our lives, we don't need to put age limits on learning. Right about now, if somebody 40 and they decide they want to be trained for a skill, give them that opportunity so that they can learn that skill and better themselves. Because we don't die at 31. We do not die at 31. We live. You understand? So that is one of the things that I would rather see. Rather than the 18 to 30, we have children dropping out of school at 14 and 15 because they realize that the academics in school are not for them. They don't want to do that. They prefer to work with their hands. Let them start learning a skill from the time they're 14, 15. As a matter of fact, you all need to revise the school leaving system, where we had children who did not pass common entrance going into the school leaving system. They learned the basic subjects, the core subjects, and then they had another opportunity to write the school leavings exam, and if they passed, they went into a secondary school. If they did not pass, they moved on and they did training and they learned a skill there, and then they were allowed to go out into the world. That system worked. That is why we have so many artisans, so many tradesmen and all these things right now at a particular age. But right about now, when you look at who is learning trade, you see nobody not going into the schools and them to learn no trade. You have to pull back that system. That is another thing I would do. I would, honest to God, pull back the system. I would pull it right back, because this whole grading system and putting everybody universal education and putting everybody into secondary school, that didn't work in no way. But all it taking me off of the things and them that I want to see. Whew. Let me pull up bricks. Yes. So, where was I? The parliamentarians. Yes, darling. Kathy, when I sit down and I think about these things, it's things that I think any logical minded, any person who honestly love this country will see the things on them that are wrong, and they could come up with solutions for it. That is 4. Let me give you one more. You see the hospital, the healthcare system, total revamp. I will completely revamp the healthcare system. We have hospitals and clinics all over St Vincent. I will decentralize Kingston as the main hospital. We have hospital in Georgetown. We have one in Chateaubelair. And they say they're going to do the Farmville one in Annesville. That's what they call the NDP plan, right? The Farmville Hospital. Okay, good. So I will definitely... Nico, I didn't give me 10 thing on them. So you have to wait. Let me finish and then we go thing. But anyway, I hope I could come back to you to that. But the hospital, the whole healthcare system needs some revamping. Our nurses need more training. We need to move out all of these retirees. As a matter of fact, we need to revise that whole retirement thing so that persons could leave at 55, maybe even 60, and we're not giving nobody no more contract. No care how good you be, no care how thing. We need to put in plan a successive system where we know when this one is ready. We have this one only with 5 more years. We have somebody, her assistant, that is going to be trained under her. That person is going to be his or her protege, so that when that one is gone, we have somebody to take the place, and that is not, and everything is going to continue to flow quite easily and normal, like how it does flow easy and normal in other places in the world. Yes, we're going to try to bring normalcy to St Vincent and Grenz, because right now all the real weird, all the too weird. I do understand all you. I don't understand that. Successive planning is a thing that does not happen here in this country. Why? I do not know. You know, the hospital didn't have no tetanus injection the other day. My friend got injured on the job. At school, you know. At school. And then go to the hospital and there's no tetanus injection. He called all over the place. I called all over, and I couldn't get tetanus injection. I remember some years ago, I took a child to the hospital and they didn't have no peroxide. I had to take my own money to buy peroxide for the child. When I leave and they asked me to leave it, I said, no, I'm not leaving my peroxide. You understand? I'm not doing that. He went back to dress his foot. You know they didn't have no plaster now? No plaster. Something as common as plaster you don't have. And we say we're ready for big wharf and big port and big thing all over the place. No, we can't be ready for that when the hospital is in shambles. Our hospital is in shambles. The things that are most important to our people, we are not looking into that. The hospital is of utmost importance. And instead of taking $600 million and invest it in our healthcare system, we take it and we invest it in a port that we don't know if we will ever have any sort of returns on. You understand? That is the kind of things we're dealing with in this place here right now. Half a bit. Well, girl, I don't know if it's legal or illegal. Drug port, they have to know. Up to now, I heard Minister, what's his name, ask what is the return, the projected return on investment on the port. Nobody ain't answer. Ain't no answer me. Ain't nobody say nothing. Like, how much money do you expect to get in returns from this port? Why is this investment $600 million? Is not $600,000. Is not $600. Yes, Minister Bramble, that's right. When and these are the things you have people asking pertinent questions and there is no answer to go with the question. Like, you have no respect for the honorable member of parliament. You don't have no respect for that person. So the people be asking questions and you will just ignore them as you see fit. How does that work? And then you're going to tax the hell out of our Vincentian people. For that? So that the port could... Well, listen to me. When you see... That's why I believe in letting single... successful, self-employed people run these kind of things. You know why? Because they understand that if the investment is not going to bring in enough returns to pay for itself, then it is not worth the investment. So if the port is not going to bring in enough money to pay for itself, leave the port alone. Refurbish the one that you have and let it work from there. It's like this airport that we're paying hundreds and millions of dollars for. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Nearly 20 years. Nearly 20 years it takes for this port here to build. For this airport to build. Nearly 20 years the airport take to build. And up to now the airport ain't generating enough money to pay for itself. Instead, every turn you turn, the taxes going up. Oh, Jesus, peace. The roads in St Vincent and Grenadines are some of the worst roads in the world. And now they don't come and tell me about the road bad here and the road bad there. All they paying as much money as we paying for thing here. And even if all they paying as much money, all their salary more than ours. People like to talk and compare St Vincent. Oh, everything going up everywhere else in the world. Yes, but every government everywhere else in the world trying to give their people... They're trying to put money into the economy. They're trying to invest money into the economy. They're not trying to take more money from the people. They're trying to ease the blow that this economy, this recession is causing to their people. Our government is just landing it blood up on the people and them. Blood up on the people. I was reading somewhere where Auntie Mia, because that's why I was calling her, because I feel so like I related to the woman. The woman so decent, so nice. The woman so nice. The woman is removing tax from this, removing tax from that. Auntie Mia understands what is going on. Auntie Mia ain't looking to put more money into the economy to help people. What we doing here? Then all they're going to tell me we don't have no money. Why we don't have no money? Why we don't have no money? It is poor governance. It is poor governance. Why we don't have no money? When they come ask them, when last... We haven't had pay increase. I was looking at, I think it was on my friend's page, where I see people working for five something a month, $600. Hello? Till now? You know 600... Where is skin I see in here? $600, that's $150 a week. We're supposed to do that? Gas going up to $18.16. Almost $2 increase. Almost $2 on every gallon. Oh God. And we are still trying to defend this kind of madness and comparing ourselves to other countries. If you're going to compare yourself to other countries, darling, don't just do it in one area. Do it across the board. Across the board. Do it across the board. Don't do it for prices that increase and what not increase. Do it across the board. You understand? That is what you need to be doing. Not this one-sided thing.